Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another video. And yes, we made another pirate ship, or actually 3 pirate ship videos, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But first, let's take off this beanie because it's too warm for that. Whew, better. This is of course another collaboration with Aramis Merlin, link in the description. And for his latest video, he asked me to do some pirate ships for him, and of course I took the time to make them. But unfortunately, I didn't have that much time to make them. So today I'm gonna tell you all about how to achieve pretty good, over average visual effects inside of Blender pretty quickly. Here is my little Blender scene. As you can see, there's not much going on. I have this huge cube around my pirate ship. Of course, the pirate ship. I have this little thingy, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. But first, how do we get a shot like this? Of course, we need to motion track your footage. So this is the video I got, and those are all those tracks I was using to track my footage. It's not going to be a full tutorial, but real quick, I adjusted my pattern size and my search size a little bigger, changed the motion to perspective, turn on normalize, and then just tracked it forward, tracked it backward. Then I got the track I needed. The solve error was 0.13, so pretty much perfect. And then when I solved it, I clicked keyframe, focal length, optical center, and radial distortion, checked it all on, and then I got my track. So once my camera was tracked, the hardest part really was done. Then I made a ground plane looking like water. When I look at it through here, you can see it's basically like an animated water simulation, and it's just a displacement and a noise texture in the displacement, and as the surface I use a regular glass BSDF because I didn't actually want to show the water. All I needed is the reflection of my pirate ship, which you can see right here. This is the reflection. Another thing I did was right here. This character is not Aramis, it's Aramis. It's like his little sidekick on his channel, and I made this little flag here inside of Photoshop with added 2 bones behind his head, and then I used that as a claw simulation as a pirate flag. And the one other thing I added was of course a little pirate here. He's also a little animated. He's moving his hands and his head. Not that anybody can see it, but yes, I did. And him and the pirate ship and the flag I got from Blender Kit. Blender Kit is awesome if you want to get free models. They have paid models too like that, but they also have a lot of free stuff just like this pirate ship. So that's how I added my model. Of course, I animated the pirate ship going from A to B. Pretty simple. And now what about this little thing here on top? What is this here? What is that? So I have this bird simulation. You can see like birds are flying around here, and this here, this is basically the goal where the birds are going. You can see on this graph editor that this is animated. It's going crazy. I did that with modifiers. And this here on top is where the birds were being emitted from. And then all that I of course composited in DaVinci. Yes, I'm using DaVinci now, not After Effects anymore, but more about that later. And then this was the result. In order to actually composite that properly, I have 3 different layers. I can make a separate video on that, but basically I have a foreground layer where I only have my birds and my pirate and the pirate ship in it, and the flag of course. Then I have another layer where we can only see the reflection. So when I turn this on, we only see the reflection, so I can render that out separately. And other than that, I also have a shadow layer where we only show the shadow. And with all those 3 layers, I can composite them together and adjust the colors the way I want then in DaVinci. Here is another shot. This is a drone shot. This one I also had to 3D track. You can see I have way more trackers here, and my solve error was 0.9. Not as good, but that was good enough. And then when we look at the actual scene, you can see we have our pirate ship again, our ground. Let me turn this on. So you can see it's very similar. Let me turn off the ground real quick. I have my reflections just for the water breakup reflections. I have my pirate ship going from A to B. My shadows, of course. I also broke it up into reflections and shadows so I could render that out separately, composited properly in DaVinci. I did one more shot in addition to that because I didn't want to get this this Aramis pirate flag. I didn't want it to go to waste in case people don't catch on that. So I wanted to get one shot in addition where the camera zooms by, or rather the pirate ship zooms by the camera. The camera is panning with our pirate ship. We see very quickly the Aramis flag in a close-up. This entire shot is of course fully CG. When you look at it through cycles, this is what it looks like, and it's also a very simple scene. I have just one layer on the ground, which is the water reflections, and I did that the same way. When you look at my nodes here, a noise in displacement, and of course a glass node. That's how I got this nice water. If you want to see that in detail, how to make something like that, go watch my last tutorial. My problem is I only had so much time to make those 3 scenes, and after I rendered that I saw that this water is way too fast. The animation of the water is way too fast. When I look at the keyframes here, it starts at 0, of course, my W value, and it ends on 1, which is way too high, so it's way too fast. But the problem is you can't really see how fast it is when you are in the viewport. I should have done like a viewport render to actually see. In addition to that, I of course had some fog, because everything looks better with fog. In the fog, when we look at this in the render here, I have 2 principal volumes on top of each other. In one I have a noise texture into the density, so I have some kind of cloud action going on. The other one is just regular fog, and then with the factor I can just determine how dense I want the regular fog compared to the clouds. So if I go just towards the clouds, I can see my clouds better, but the rest of the fog is going to disappear, and vice versa. So that was it for this little breakdown. If you have any questions or you want me to explain something in more detail, please let me know in the comments below, and make sure to watch Aramis's vlog, because I haven't seen it personally yet, but I will after. It's going to be uploaded in a few hours. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Toodaloo.